So Katie and I have a bit of a different job for today. So if you guys remember, about 4 or 5 months ago, I think it was about that long, we had a septic field installed, and we had an engineer come up to do a dig test. We passed our percolation test with flying colors. He took a look at everything, gave us some recommendations, and one of the questions we asked was, is our cistern going to be okay in the location that it is? And by the way he talked about it, we were under the impression that the cistern did not have to be moved. Well, 3 months later, I called and asked if we could get our certification on our certification inspection on our septic field or septic system, and he mentioned to us that we now need to move our cistern 50 meters away from the septic system. Our cistern away from the septic system, which is really unfortunate because we've buried a water line going to that cistern. We had a excavator here that could have done the work very fast. I've got a little backhoe on the back of my tractor, but had the guy just said, oh, your cistern can't be 10 feet away from the septic tank, we would have dealt with it accordingly. That wasn't even one that we've replaced.
Some sort of leak.
Yeah, there's a strange hydraulic leak somewhere in here. And I don't know where it's coming from, but if I clean everything up, I should be able to find it once I start the machine. It's not a big leak. It's just a little drip.
Where did you get that? Aspen has the other elk foot. I don't know where she's getting it.
Well, 10 after 12. Is that 2 hours of digging?
Mm-hmm.
Priming. There's a hole in this pipe.
That sucks.
Hi,
Rhonda. Come back.
No luck, Chuck. This is going to be a little tough getting this damn thing off here.
Yeah. Who wants the wormy? Peeps! Peeps! Peeps, look! Oh, yummy! I think this happened last time. You had to dig it all the way out.
I'm gonna move all that because I'm gonna put a pile of dirt right there, okay?
Yeah. Trying hard to get this tank out. I do vaguely recall last time we did this, we had to completely dig all the way around it. You can't just kind of partially dig and pull it out. I think it's kind of suctioned into the hole, so frustrating. Suggested we prep everything before we disconnect the water, but Greg thought that this would be faster, so there's no water. And I don't think we're gonna get this done today. Hopefully this last little section of digging will be enough. Just got to do the one end, and there's a little bit around the bottom still, so hopefully that doesn't hold it in. But at least the chickens are getting lots of worms, I suppose. And the hydraulics are leaking quite a bit, so hopefully we can get this done before anything breaks on us. Last time there was a hole in the tank, so fingers crossed for us.
Ooh, is that it? 120 gives us 5.
Greg and I have a ton of big plans for the future, and to achieve those goals, we have to use and grow our finances carefully. And we've actually teamed up with Koho today to show you how using their app is saving us money. With Koho, we can earn cash back on every purchase, which is helping us save effortlessly on everyday expenses. And with no hidden fees, we know exactly where our money is going. The Koho app makes it easy to track our spending, set savings goals, and even build our credit history all in one convenient place. Koho is helping us grow our money with a 4% high interest savings account and roundups that turn our spare change into real savings over time. Setup is very fast, and you can choose to have a physical card or, like us, a digital card that is attached to our phone. Join over 1.5 million Canadians on Canada's highest rated financial app and get 2 months of the Everything Plan for free by clicking on our link down in the description and using our code GRIDKOHO. With the Everything Plan, you earn one of Canada's best interest rates, get 2% cash back on groceries, transportation, and eating out, no foreign transaction fees, and so much more. And a big thank you to Koho for sponsoring today's video. We got some awesome sandy fill from where the cistern is gonna go, so we're gonna go put that over on the front yard and have that there for when we plant the grass. Today or tomorrow or in the next few days. It's gonna really help kind of loosen up the soil that we have over there, and we'll be able to cover the grass seed so that the chickens aren't getting into it, because there's a few birds that just break out no matter what I do. They're just wild ones. So we're going to get the sand here, and then we've got the straw that we pulled out of the barn a few weeks ago that we can use as well. Bruce. Hi. Yes.
I've got my hole here. I know that it's definitely deep enough. It's too deep in spots and not deep enough in others. So I'm gonna have to go down there and level everything out, which I've done twice now, because this is my third time installing this cistern. Old Faithful, Old Bessie. It needs a name at this point, Katie. Anyway, I gotta go level that out, but before I do, I'm gonna quickly throw a 90-degree on my exit from the tank that goes into the house with a stem that sticks up, so that I don't have to do a bunch of work in here when it's a confined space. Now, the ground's not super solid around here. You can see there's a sand band in there. That top wants to fall down, so I gotta be really careful while I'm in there. I've got my dirt pulled away from the edge well enough that I'm not worried about it falling in, but the less amount of time I can spend in there is the better. Once I'm cutting the trench to the house to lay the water line, that's only 4 feet deep, and it's just a little trench, so that's not going to be that big of a deal. But this is closer to 7 feet, just taller than me, and the less time I spend in there, the better.
Put your hand in mine, watch it water out the window. We can wake up anywhere tomorrow. It don't matter where we go, we're going somewhere. Turn it all around, hang it upside down. We can get a little lost and found. It don't matter where we are, I know we're getting there. Touching down in the middle of your hometown. Every mile we're getting there. You and I got a room on top of the world. Taking off up in the air, any road, I don't care. Middle of nowhere, we're getting
All right, success. We've got it level sideways, and it's got a little bit of a lean, but it's not a big deal going long ways. So we're happy with that. We're gonna get some dirt in there so that's set, and then Greg's gonna start working on the section going to the house. Good choice, old man. Good choice. Don't do the jump.
Do you want to see what sketchy looks like? I'll show you what sketchy looks like. That's sketchy. I wish I could go underneath here with the tractor.
Stinky dirt. The forecast was supposed to be 18 degrees today, but it's certainly not that. I think it said 13 or 14 in town, but we've got a chilly wind up here. We are gonna get the plumbing in the ground.
It's a good thing I wasn't in here when that whole side of the excavation fell in. This is like half buried on the other side here.
And
freaky business.
the fence line was with dirt before. Are you just lounging? Is that your lounge chair? Sketchy shit with Greg. Let's go.
I'd say super sketchy this time.
At least that's not caving in like the side of the cistern is.
Because this couldn't.
Well, it could, but it hasn't. It's been a while.
Ooh, you gotta be careful in there. You got a new place to play.
right, the next step is to connect our water line. So Greg is digging where it crosses our driveway, and we're gonna try and find it, and then we'll bring it down this little roadway to connect to the cistern. So it's kind of annoying because we spent about $1,000 doing the water line through the forest here up to where the cistern was, and that was all for nothing. So now at least we're doing it ourselves this time, and we're not paying anyone.
I gotta grab a shovel. There it is.
It's already broken.
Yeah, I snapped it.
Oh. So which end is that? You don't want to connect it to the wrong one.
Oh, I know it. It's this one.
All right, Greg has got a lot of the digging done. He said there's some small things he has to do tomorrow, or maybe not tomorrow, because we are expecting a severe thunderstorm, and even a tornado watch, apparently, which is strange. But yeah, so if we're gonna have a bunch of rain, we're probably not gonna be doing too much with the tractor. But he's gone to the Springboks to hook up a power station to try to get some water pumping back into the tank. And then when he gets back from doing that, he's going to go under the house and hook up the water line. I'm working on some dinner inside, but everything's frozen. We're missing a lot of ingredients, and I don't have water to thaw out the meat, so I'm trying to just put something together quickly. We're exhausted and ready for this project to be over with.
Back to the old days, JD.
That poor truck sounds rough. Our solar pump is not working, so we're just getting some water from the creek so that we can hook up the house and have water again. The dishwasher wasn't working, so we left it for a few days. I've ordered a part that the error code suggests, but Greg checked it last night and it was turning off normally. The issue was it wasn't turning off properly, so it seems to have fixed itself. Hopefully we can get this dishwasher going before, so we can not have to do dishes by hand. But always something. We didn't have any tornadoes last night, so that was good. Got water again. It's It's really nice. I think Greg did 3 tanks from the creek, and we've had to order a new pump, so we're just waiting for that to come before we can get the solar parts set up. Solar pumps are not working as well as we want. The first one we had lasted for quite a while, but now that we've had to replace it, it's not going as well. So yeah, but we ordered the same one just because we need something from Amazon that gets here in a few days. So we're just waiting for that to come. But we got water. Our dishwasher stopped working the other day, and apparently it was a leak sensor, but I guess because I had this little break, it's fixed itself, and we managed to get our dishes done in the dishwasher, which is really good because they were starting to pile up. Got our cistern moved and good to go. Now we have to get the big beam up, and then we'll be doing a big clean because there's tools everywhere and it's just such a mess. We've got to do a bit of drainage work with the backhoe before Greg can take that off and do all the kind of cleanup with the back blade. We actually were out quadding the other day and we found some drain pipe. I think Greg called it O-pipe, or anyways, it's made for drainage. Just left in the woods by our good friends Forestry. So we claimed it because it's a deactivated area that no one goes to. It's just sitting there in the woods being garbage. So we brought it home. We're gonna use it and we'll be working on that in the next few days.